Mhm.
And we saw that in Ferguson with tear gas being thrown and with, community members being hit with rubber bullets and being like, severely injured. But to see like loss of life at these protests and to know that speaking up, using your First Amendment right, could very well lead to your life being taken is a really sad thing and something we have to reckon with. And I know that this episode is going live just before July 4th. And so I think, as we have this conversation, we're going to be thinking a lot about patriotism, a lot about who has these foundational rights that our so-called founding fathers fought so hard for versus who has the illusion of it, has a mirage of it. And I think this is definitely a moment where it's like, okay, everyone should have been able to go home at the end of this. It should be a no-brainer that we should be able to protest and speak our minds and be able to go back to our families. And unfortunately, if you're Black or brown, you know, BIPOC in any way, that the chances of that are going to be lowered. And so just sending love to his family. And I know that his community is fighting hard for accountability and for transparency
Yeah.
and for like a shift in how we approach these protests, how we keep ourselves safe at these protests without turning those weapons on each other.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I remember reading that article and learning about the story and feeling really devastated because, no one goes to a protest thinking that they're not going to return home, right? No one goes to exercise what is we all know to be our constitutional right
Yeah.
and feel like they can't do so unless unless you are a part of a group of people or fighting for a particular issue that is not deemed to be culture for me to be deemed to be um more palatable for the vast majority of America, right? Like if you're fighting
Yeah.
for an issue that, feels very isolating, or per a particular marginalized group, you may find yourself faced with a lot of opposition. And in
Yeah.
this case, unfortunately, lose your life.
Yeah.
And we've seen that happen.